Hello everyone and welcome back for some more No Suit Survival. We're continuing on where we left off, where we were flying around in our super salvager here. Unfortunately cleaning up our Achilles, which regrettably I'm having to do. But I had some ideas on how to tidy up the super salvager here a little bit. So I gave it a bit of a paint job. Switched around some of the positioning of some armor. I even went in and did this little strip here where I've got the hazard lines, and I've attached our thrusters into that. So they are slightly lower than they were before, which means we've got a little bit more clearance in our hangar here. And while I think about it, those thrusters need to be added to our lifting thrust group so that they'll show up on our excavos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. Yeah, they actually, both thrusters, they add 10% lifting thrust. So the large thruster really does quite a lot. So what we're going to do, we're going to just park up here, empty our current load, and then we're going to clean up the rest of the Achilles, which is sad, bad panda. Nobody wants to clean up that. Some of the things that they're most proud of. But unfortunately, it's been totally trashed by stuff just flying past, so it's really just not recoverable at all. But at least we get the super salvager out of it. Get some new designs going. And yeah, that does fit a little bit better up in here, just barely. Squeeze our way out eventually. Yep, there we go. So yeah, I added some extra armory bits to make it all look like it is attached a little bit more cohesively. Put some little panels around. They're not gonna like dramatically impact the performance of it flying around anyway, because you know that they weigh like relatively nothing compared to the thruster output, so it doesn't matter. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna turn on our grinders and get cleaning up here. Oh, and yeah, we'll do it layer by layer as I was talking about before. So in today's episode, my plan is to get this all grinded down and if not complete my hangar, make a good inroads into its design. I think I should just about have enough stuff to complete it. After grinding down both the Achilles here and that Reaver Mutilator wreck, I'm pretty sure it was called a Mutilator. There should be enough to do my hangar, maybe, but I might need to go and tidy up that crashed Infinity over 30 kilometers away as well. We'll see how we go, but I have a sneaking suspicion like I'm gonna run out of stuff pretty quickly, so I might need to clean that one up as well, just to even get all the parts required for making my hangar. So let's just tidy this all up, and I'll get back to you when we're ready to start working on our hangar again. I think I want to make sure that the floor is all correct. So we'll make sure that the everything is spaced out and sized correctly. First of all, so the horizontal depth of them doesn't really matter because that side is a lot shorter than this one anyway. Pretty sure. So the wall's going to be here. Along this bar here. Which would mean, oh, I'd need to change that to a wall. Okay. So the depth doesn't matter, but the width does to me. To me personally, the width matters. Okay, so let's do some calculations here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that has an inner width of 7. So that one should be 7 as well. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That one is 11 wide and 7 long. So we've got 1, 2. That one's 5 by 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. We can fill that one in. Oops. Shift P. Tidy that up. No, that one's not piped up, I don't think. That doesn't matter. This is going to be like a little walkway and a little control room in here. So this one should be, what, 5 by 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, yeah, this side is wider than that side. So I think the easiest thing to do to make it all fit nicely is just to make this bit a little bit narrower. So our wall, or maybe it's because I'm calculating off of here. So this should be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, if you factor in that one as well, it's 8 wide, which I'm pretty sure is the same over here. I've just put the wall in a different spot. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it's wider and wider. So for it to work, I would need to turn this into the wall area, I'm pretty sure. The internal width is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would leave it at 7 wide. And then the wall starts there, I'm pretty sure. So that would work, because that gives us a walkway around the edge and enough room for it to fit, just be snugly right up next to the wall. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then that block is 8, and then the wall. So that should work out. So it is actually just about the right size. I did do it quite well. So 5, 6, 7, and then 8. So this is the walkway here, and that is the wall. So what we need to do is we need to grab out our batters. Go along with that. This is where the walkway is going to be. You can sprint. Okay, and then this is a wall. So what we can do is we can grind this stuff down and then place the wall in here so we know what we're doing. Where's our bases? That's what we want. That is where our base is. That's where our wall is going to start, instead of this line here. And I'll just make sure, yep, that looks like it's just barely going to have enough clearance. And that way everything will line up nicely. We'll have similar internal dimensions. Cool. So the best way of doing this, I wonder, what is that going to be? It's probably going to be easiest to move some of the stuff around and then do it in the hustle. I could fill up the wall with just some like half blocks going upwards. I could probably walk around on top and not too much difficulty. I think. Can I? I can't like look I can't do that from the floor, unfortunately. Oh well. We might as well, while we're on foot, we might as well fill in as much of it as we can, because doing stuff on foot is easier than placing blocks in a vehicle. So that should be a wall here as well. Yeah, that matches up there. Okay, so this is all going to be part of the walkway. This will be a corner. This will be another one, and then that'll be a corner. And then that goes along like this. So we'll put this all the way along. We'll get as many of these blocks placed as we can. So then our conveyor line is in the back. And we'll make sure we can, yeah, we'll just place as many of the blocks as we can. So we're gonna go around, fill this in like that. Must be this one, right? Yeah. So that's gonna be in our corners. And that'll reach up, and then we'll have that all the way around. Okay, so maybe it'll be easier if I move some of the stuff out of here. I can drive the Cyclops into that area, and the Albia I can move maybe up to that upper area, and I'll need to put the I'll need to put my super salvager. That's what I called it. I need to put the super salvager somewhere. Let's put the Cyclops in here if it can fit. Just where it's going to be a bit out of the way, because we'll do this section after we've done the rest of the interior here. So that's out of the way. We'll leave its connector. The Albia's probably not going to be too in the way, because it's not particularly big, so it's just the super salvager that's going to be in the way. Unfortunately, I wanted to charge this thing's battery. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, its battery is fully charged. Never mind. I guess the turbo reactor on my base just really charges everything up like lickety split. Okay, so we're just going to put this on our platform here. So that'll be fairly out of the way for the time being. Just plop that down. I don't think I can... Yeah. This thing unfortunately does want to just rest on its back there. I can still hop into that, right? Oh, oh dang. Oh well. This is why I needed to put a remote on it. Okay, so we'll leave the lights for the time being. They're quite useful, and they're easy enough to move. So what I need is a whole bunch of plates just for placing. Not going to do welding up just yet. We're just going to place everything. Research base, do your worst. I have a safe zone. Aha. That's charged. Okay. So we've got plenty of plates, so we can just come in here and start placing everything. So let's just go around and do the wall. One layer at a time, I guess. Try not to waste too many blocks on whiffed placements. Give us a little bit of wall, bit of thought of where we're going to do the ceiling. Okay, so that goes to there, and then on here we're going to use this one again. So that's where our ceiling is going to start, and then we'll have half blocks go along the roof like that. So that's going to be where our ceiling goes. And I just hope that that is all going to work. Hopefully it's not going to have too much rock sticking through the ceiling, but maybe it'll be fine if a little bit sticks out here and there. Yeah, so that is going to be our shape. So we need to go up 2 more rows all the way around. Okay. Okay, so this is what we've ended up with our hangar. I've done a little bit of a reorganization. I needed to move this connector over 1 to make it all line up right, and so that's now in the dead center of all that. That's all centralized. I'll need to do some extra piping around to get some more connector points there, but what I've done is I've gone and welded up all of the blocks that I set out to place, so we're all welded up in good fashion. We've still got a fair bit of steel, so I think we'll be able to actually finish this project, funnily enough. I do still have this conveyor line here. This is how the hangar is getting piped up from above. My question is, so I've done the entire roof out of half block, so there's not that many connection points. I'm wondering where I want to put lights. I have gone around and put a whole bunch of like walkway lights and interior lights to illuminate the whole area. I was wondering about like spotlights or what other things I could do. Could put like an interior light down here, I think, because this area is kind of dark. But the areas that have ships and vehicles in them look like they're illuminated pretty well because the vehicles have lights on them themselves. I need to decide on what I want to do with this conveyor line. I think if I was to try and cover it up, it might get a little bit too low, and I think it would be in the way of the super salvager. So if I was to like put that pipe across here and then like put a pipe across here and then across there, so I'd have like these ceiling conveyor lines crisscrossing the hangar. But if I hop in the super salvager and we go for a little spin over here, can it fit underneath that? It really struggles. I'd have to like push stuff out of the way. It's really, oh, it's just barely fits under, but I wouldn't be able to put anything else on it, and I can't quite fit the thruster underneath it. So I might need to, I'll think about that for a little bit. I could just make it sort of visually look like there's some piping along the top, even though it's not like a proper connector. I could just put some full blocks and then have some curves in that, and it just gives the ceiling a little bit more interest, but I won't do that just yet. What I want to do is I want to get the mouth of our hangar here done. I think I might need to go and get my little excavation vehicle, do a little bit of tidying up. There's some voxels still sticking through the arm. I don't know if I want to leave them or not. They kind of look kind of interesting. But the question is whether or not I'll need to do it in here to make it all fit nicely. So that's a full proper block on that side. So what I can do is, if I remove this, it's not going to get ejected. So that matches the other side now. So my thought here is to have, let's see, it's like 5 tall, I think. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. It's either 5 or 6. I can't quite tell from on foot. Let me grab out the hustle here. Okay, block out so I can see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it is 5 tall, which means I can do a shape with either bases or like ramps. So if I was to go around the interior here, be like base tip, that's 2 blocks, and then we have a base and a tip there. Although actually, oh no, it's 7 tall if you count the top and bottom. So if I was to do it, I'd start going up on an angle here on this block. So to go around, we go like that, and then we'd have a wall or something in there, Then that goes up one block. And then onto that, we can have our little shape here. So that would give our sort of rounded tunnel shape. So if you extrapolate outwards, I'm probably going to need to excavate a little bit to get that all to fit nicely. Yeah, so I'll need to cut like that back. So is that the shape I want to go with? It's a little bit lopsided because of the bottom block by the looks of it. Or is that just because no, I think it might just be because of how it looks. Well, how about I do the floor? If I do the floor, that can give me a better idea. I probably just want a straight line. So let's grab out our half blocks and then just fill that in. That should be fairly straightforward. So, I think what I'll do is I'll make it line up so we can have, instead of just one gap in the middle there, we'll have two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of this. And all of this on this side. So then, I'm not sure what we're going to do on the corners here just yet. So we can just leave those welded as they are, but we're going to bring this one down. So we're going to have a full block here. So then that is where our corners will meet. So we can follow that shape all the way down. Can I? Probably easiest to place that on the hustle, I think. So let me get it started up on the other side as well. And we'll just use some full blocks in here. And that one needs to be welded up. Okay, so my idea here with using full blocks is you need some backing for the paint not to show through with these like white lines when you build stuff on it. So I'll have that. And I think I'm missing one block at the top there, so I can't quite place that. So I need my ship. So I'm going to go and grab a whole bunch of steel so we can place everything. So we need a full block in here, and probably in the one above. If I can, I can't quite reach it. Okay, so then we get our pieces out. Now we want 2 bits, so that one gets changed, and so does that one. So then there's 2 in the middle there, and that gives us our shape. So let's just fill those out. So in theory, if we put one like on here as well, they would like go all the way down and meet each other. I think. It's a little hard to tell. Don't think those are even lined up with each other. Which line do we want to do it on? Do we want to go with airtight hangar doors? I think I do. I think I will. I will go with... I think I'll go with the airtight hangar doors. Okay, so... the question is, where do we set it all up. I think it's got to be on this line here because of where this meets up with the mountain. So this is going to be our outer edge here, so we need to cut everything back to fit that. So let's go grab our little drill ship here. Or maybe let's set up all the armor first. Okay, so this is all going to need to be some different shape to accommodate the airtight hangar doors, but that's okay. That's an easy fix. So hangar doors will go all the way along. There. Now we need to make the roof meet that. So that means we need to get rid of that. So spin our device around, get our grinder out so we can clear off that bit. Okay, now we need our blocks out again. It is going to stick out a little bit over here, isn't it? I could tidy it up with some concrete, couldn't I? I could make it all line up that way, in theory. So this is where some other part of the structure would go. So we would have like our full block in here, and then that goes up to meet the rest of the shape along the wall. So that goes there, and the same on that side. So that's just to mirror the other side for the purposes of building. Although I think, yeah, it's supposed to be one down one block, which means we need to put in just like a full block underneath that, so we can use that as an attachment point, and then we have some full block or something. Oh no, it's not. That's not the blocks we want. We need some here. Some of these going down like that. And that hasn't even lined up right. That's interesting. Right, so that's just supposed to line up to there. I think it's okay if it sticks out on this bit a little bit. That should be fine. Actually, we can use our local grid line. That would make it easier to place all these. And we can have some support structure or something coming down here. Okay, and then yeah. So the rest of these bases go in here. So we need that and that. I don't even know why I'm putting these in here. It's not even like that's going to be the final shape because of the airtight hangar doors. But whatever. We'll just put them in as it is. It's easy enough to change them out. So now it's at least square. And we should be able to put the rest of our hangar doors in here. And they should be the right length. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure the hangar door extends up 2 blocks. What I can do is I can weld up like 2 of them. So if I get my tool out, I need to. I've got vehicles on all my actual conveyored connectors. Or maybe I can just put some parts in by hand. Um, yeah, that doesn't have a conveyor port. And the Cyclops is sticking over the part that I would normally use as a connector. I could move the. Let me just move the Albia. And I can use this as a conveyor port. Just move it over into this corner over here. To one of the smaller bays. Should be fine. So we need to go into our build thingy. We need 2 airtight hangar doors in our build planner. And connect. Okay, there we go. So our hus and our cargo containers and fill them up. Okay, so if we get 2 of these done, which is going to be very tricky to get just the hangar door welded up and nothing else, because it's going to waste some parts if I miss. See if I can get just... No, it's doing 2. Dang. Let me get 2 more. Let's see if they line up. Have I done this right? Are they at their full extension? I think they are. Let me close or open that one. Yeah, no, they're at their full extension. Okay, so I did that right. So that's all going to line up nicely. So we just need to think of how we're going to do this structure around here. It's probably just going to be all full block, I would imagine, in one way or another. Getting up there is going to be tricky. We might need to stand on the top of the hustle and do some pretty precarious work here. And that is, yeah, that's going to be all full block. Something of that kind. So let's go and hop on top of here. Wonder if I can use this turret as a stepping stone. No, I'll need to use this slope here probably. Let me open up all of those. I have a feeling like they might get a bit in the way of me trying to fly in and out of here. Okay, so we need to hop on top of here, if I can. There we are. So I need to get to a point where I can grind them off by hand and switch it all around. There we are. I change these to full block. And do the same on the other side. Okay. So then we just can pretty much do any shape we want around that. Now the question is, do I want to excavate this back a little bit to make it a sheer cliff? Or we're going to run out of power. Ooh. Good thing I spotted that. Couldn't see the charge level. I've been so used to using build info's battery like percentage thing. Let me just chuck a... I don't know, just chuck a reactor on here, I guess. You get some power in that. Drift over to a charging port if I can. Yeah, we're definitely getting low on uranium now. Okay. We'll go and do a teleport trip. Go get some uranium. Get some power in here. We should be able to just sort of skirt along the ground. Possibly. Maybe I can drift. There we go. I can do it with dampeners off. Just bounce along the ground. I'll let the battery charge up a little bit. Bunny hop. That's pretty amusing. Okay, connect up. Let's charge up those batteries. Get rid of that. So I can't use the hustle for a little bit, which is mildly irritating because I did want to weld up all of that. I suppose while it's charging I can go and get some uranium and do some shopping. I'll just switch lock. Yeah, connect that up. Right, store, are you selling uranium today? You are not, but you are selling iron. So we'll buy all of that. We do have some uranium on board. Maybe we'll need to just bring that back with us. They don't sell stone. This is a lot slower than I was thinking. I was thinking I'd be able to just come by and get iron in fairly decent quantities, but that's just nothing. I might have to resort to just buying ships and grinding them down. I think that's like the only reasonable way. I'm pretty sure that's the only reasonable way of getting a good number of resources. So I can't move that teleport beacon unless I roll it off. Do I just want to leave it there? That's the question. I can roll it off of the edge and then roll it out and then pick it up. I might as well, yeah. Oh, whoops, I think I hit that a bit hard. Yep. I definitely hit that a bit hard. It went out somewhere and exploded. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Oh well, easy enough to build. I should have taken a blueprint of it so I could just print one off. Oopsie daisies. Okay, well I will see you back at our home base in just a second. I do need to build. My plan for this is I'm going to build a like little rocket silo. Maybe in this mountain here, we'll have a big tube that this rocket sits in vertically. It'll have like a little walkway inside that you hop into the capsule or into the rocket with, and then you hop in. You can open the door, and I have a little. This is where I'll put my my planned cable car. So that'll like come out of the top of probably this area here and go across into the mountain where I have my rocket silo. That should be my plan there. Okay, so dock in on here. If I can find the connector, there it is. So we've got our rocket what did I call it? What was the cargo container on this thing? It doesn't have one, it's just large industrial, okay. So we'll transfer all of that in. And that iron would have, yep, been taken. So we've got a little bit of uranium there. So that should tie us over for the time being. I need to go and get all my items back. Get rid of all these crappy tools. I'm gonna start like picking up a pile of junk over here. Yeah, see, my refineries have already gone through all that iron. I mean, it wasn't like it's not a significant amount of iron anyway, so it's hard to say what I want to do with that in the long term. So just take all of our stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do contracts and grind down large ships. I think that's just what I'm gonna have to do. I'll stop repeating myself now. I've said that like 3 or 4 times. Oh, my skin's gotten all janked up. Use my medical bay and reset my appearance. Oh, if I can. Oh, I can see it even though there's a cargo container in the way. There we go, I think. Just reset all of that. Should be okay. Got it all nice and reset. Right, we can go back down here. So we've got a little bit more of we've got a little bit of security in that we've got a bit more uranium to run through. That should add what, 4 hours? I think I go through about 50 uranium per hour. The hustle should be mostly recharged. And then that one last block on the outside. Here we go. Okay. So that is that job done for today, I think. We'll go and put these plates back into our cargo system. And we'll just leave the hustle to do a bit of charging. We'll go find something else. What I might do is while that's charging up, I could go out in the super salvager and clean up that crashed Infinity wreck. I think that's a reasonable thing to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to get those airtight hangar doors. Closed. And then we can have a nice little screenshot here. So that is where we will leave it for this week, everyone. Tune in next week where we'll go out on a salvage mission to resupply ourselves on iron. We'll come back, we'll do the finishing touches on here, so tidying up how that meshes around here. We'll put some color in here, maybe do some roof detailing. I probably need some more light in some of these corners. I can finish off all these pads, so put in a connector here, connector there, connectors, and pipe them all up. Move this around. I think I'll have to move this around and then have some sort of smaller, not actual conveyor, but something that looks like a pipe network. And then once we've grinded down the Infinity, that should probably be enough resources to do our silo. So I think next week we're going to focus on grinding down the Infinity, and then we'll decorate this hangar, and that'll be one episode, and then the episode after that we'll be doing the rocket silo. So Until next week, you can look forward to that, and I'll see you then, everyone. So see you later.